I've been selling on eBay for over a decade now, and I wanted to share with you what I would change if I were CEO. Yo, 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 YouTube. Got a good video for you, I think, today. I want to tell you what I would change about eBay if I had a say in it. And we also have a big stack of orders to get through, so we'll do some of those in this video as well. All right, so the first thing I would get rid of. Now, remember, these are me just saying what I feel like would improve the experience for the buyer and the seller, not necessarily good financial sound decisions for the company. The first thing I would change is promoted listings. I'd nix all of it. It's a pain. There's these different percentages. You're buying positions in front of other sellers. The small seller really doesn't have a chance much anymore. You used to be able to just say, hey, I've got something extra laying around my house. I need a few bucks. I'll throw it on eBay and get a good fair price for it, and we'll move on. And that's not always the case anymore. Now it's a lot of who else has it listed and how much are they promoting by and so forth. I do promotions as well. It is necessary in order to get the sales that I need to get. But to see those go away would be amazing. Our first sale here is a pretty simple one. It's a 2021 Leaf Rookies and Stars Tom Brady base card, and it sold for $2.50. The next one is delivery promises to the buyer. And I'll try to put a graphic on the screen here so you can see what I'm talking about. But when somebody goes to buy an item on eBay, it tells them when they can expect it to be delivered. There's just too many factors that go into that. It's the shipping time of the seller, it's the shipping service that's being used, it's weather delays, it's holidays, make things take a little longer to get delivered. I just think it's a bad idea. Telling the customer when they can expect it to be shipped, I think, would be a better way to do that. It would keep the expectations reasonable, and then it wouldn't put so much pressure on the seller to try to make sure that that item is delivered by that specific date and time. Next is 2018 score Patrick Mahomes, the second year Mahomes. His stuff's heating up on the early years of sales, not just the rookies. I pick up second year cards all the time when I see them for a good price, and I sold these two for $22. The next thing I would change is the item detail fields. There's just too many of them. There's, you know, PC codes, there's, where it's manufactured, what material it's made out of, and maybe that applies to some specific items, but I don't think it applies for most listings. And there's just way too many fields on there when you go to list an item. It's very cumbersome, and I think they could simplify a lot of that. AI could maybe identify some more of that. So let's say you're selling a specific shirt of a certain brand, or a video game, a specific video game. Hey, I should be able to determine, hey, this was made in China, it's made out of plastic, it's made out of rayon, whatever. And so we just don't have to fill in as many fields. So hopefully we're either getting to that point, or we're going to reduce the number of fields that are fillable. Next is this X-Men promo card. It does have a small crease in it. I did note that in the listing, and it's only on the front, so I'm not sure why that looks like that. But you can see it right there. Kind of interesting, but there's nothing on the back, so I don't know. Anyway, sold this for $3.59. Now you might think that that's a little bit of a strange price, and that's due to something I am changing, which is I'm using more percentage-based offers to send. I used to send each offer one by one because I wanted to know what customers were interested in, and I wanted to look at each item. But I just get bombarded with way too many of them now. Sometimes I got to send 20 or 30, offers at a crack, and it just takes too much time to do that. So now I can just do 10%, send it to all of them, offer them my coupon to try to get multiple orders, and leave it at that. Next one is confirm address pop-up. One thing I would like to see when someone places an order is that they have to, before they pay and everything else, they confirm what that shipping address is. There's too many times where I send an envelope and it comes back, undeliverable, or person moved, something to that effect, return to sender kind of stuff. And it's really annoying. I want to make sure I get the card to the customer, and they just don't update the address, or they haven't bought on eBay in a while. Maybe if you confirm, you're solid for a couple of months, maybe that pop-up goes away. And then in a couple months, it'll pop up again if you place another order just to confirm your address is still the same or your address has changed, whatever the case may be. But just putting something on the customer to make sure that the delivery address is accurate. Next sale is a card I got for a quarter out of a local card shop when I was at a show. And I paid, like I said, I paid 25 cents for it. It sold for $3.75. And it's one of these Acclaim issued collectibles cards. I'm not exactly sure how you even obtain these, but really cool. It's Sub-Zero there doing his freeze throw thing. So most of my comments so far has been either take things away or change things. I have something I would like to see added, and that's more sales data. I think as sellers, we can improve consistently and things change so much over time. The more data and the more numbers we can get, information we can get, a trending tab to kind of see like, okay, you're in sports cards. These are the certain cards that are moving faster than others. Things like that would be extremely helpful to be right in the platform. I know there's external places you can go to see some of that, but to see it right in the platform, or maybe even suggestions on your own products, like eBay would say, hey, these are products where you could charge more for them, or the price has gone down, you should maybe adjust down. Just data things so that we can constantly stay up with what the market is doing. Next is a nice 9-card order. I've got this 2001 Pacific Dynagon Randy Moss, 1999 Dionics Derek Jeter, a gold label Marshall Faulk, a 99 Ionics Brett Favre. This Ionics Barry Bonds, really cool, swooshy looking card there. The 2013 Topps Robert Griffin III, a Flair Marshall Faulk, an Ionics Barry Sanders, and a holographics Derek Jeter. And these 9 cards sold for $21.91. Next is kind of a selfish thing. I don't like how the combined orders process works now. I wish it could be simplified. So any user that makes an order, it just automatically bulks together. I guess you could click to separate them. I'm not sure why you would even want to do that. Maybe it's for certain specific items, but certainly with what I sell, I would love to just have more combined shipping simplicity, if you will. There's a lot of times where I'll have a buyer buy 2 cards here and then 1 card there, and then tomorrow buy 1 more. And if it could just automatically throw all those together. The way I do it currently is I actually go into my ready to ship orders, and I search the user and I look for whatever's on there, because I figure that way it's not going to miss one, versus the combined shipping button doesn't do such a great job. Next order is a vintage card. This is a 1972 Topps John Rouser for the Steelers, and this sold for $2.69. Right, this next one I feel like is something that would just help things move along in eBay and keep people from constantly worrying about what they're going to list, what they're not going to list, and that's to eliminate all listing fees. They're so small anyway. In the card area, we get so many free ones now anyway. Why don't you just make it unlimited and be done with it? Allow us to build large online card stores. You're getting the back end fees, which of course is the better money. You're getting promoted fees now. Um, there's just no real reason to charge you 5 cents to list a card. It just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. So I would eliminate all listing fees. Let anybody put up anything they want on there, just like Mercari, just like Facebook Marketplace. A lot of these platforms don't charge you to put something on there. They just charge you on the back end. And I think that would open eBay up a lot more to a lot of people who want to not have a financial commitment, just to put an item out there to see if they can get a sale. All right, this is my last Charlie Woods card from Sports Illustrated for Kids, and it sold for $29.99. I sold a total of 9 of these. It's been a very good sale for those. And this last one is a real pet peeve of a lot of people, especially in a market like ours where value can change fast, and that's 30-day returns being allowed. In fact, they kind of promote it to do a 30-day returns. I do 30-day returns because I want that top rated plus discount off my final value fees. So I do the 30-day returns, but really, does somebody need to have a card for 30 days and decide they don't want it and send it back? Or any item for that matter. I think something more reasonable. I think Macari does 3 days or 5 days or something. I think something like that would be a lot more reasonable, and it should allow you to still participate in that top rated plus program. Next is a Packer police card sale. This is Mike Daniels from 2014, and I got all these for free. An officer who's a friend of mine had a ton of these, and because the police officer hand them out to kids and tried to sell them at a yard sale or something, and nobody wanted them, so he gave them to me. I got a ton of these, so I have no expense into this, which is lovely. So this sold for $1.99. So that's it for my list of things I would change as the eBay CEO. What do you think? Let me know down below. Leave a comment. What would you change? What would you keep the same? As always, thanks so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell to be notified of any future videos, join our Discord, and last but not least, I will have some more of the sales day video on the Patreon, which is patreon.com at the dollar box or / the dollar box. Join us there. Your monthly membership gets you some extra content. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.